Hello, crypto fans. We're going to talk XRP open interest along with price action. What about gold stealing the thunder from BTC? Bigs are buying BTC, but it's not helping out the price. So does the strategic treasury stuff really matter? I don't know about that. We'll also talk...
I say lots of naughty things, so here's your warning.
We'll also talk about the DeFi community putting up a fight when it comes to Regs. That's right, the Clarity Act is getting a little bit of from DeFi. They want some protection in the crypto bill. No, the heat map's not looking so hot. This September 1st is it, and luckily August is over, and hopefully September will be a better month. Now, before we get into it, your comments come first, so let's do it. Kitchen Switch says, after baseball season, I'm just looking forward to next baseball season. I'm hoping the Seattle Maybes get to the World Series this year. Well, I'll tell you what, the Yankees played the Sox and Aaron Judge hit a few home runs, so I don't know if the Big Dumper is going to get the MVP award because the Sox, let Judge pad his stats. Should probably play the Sox every game. You can pad the stats all year long. Hold on. Let me put my Sox hat on so I can rep the team. Bodana63 says, I have my doubts he will cut rates. Talking about Jerome Powell. Regulations will be held back because of the BTC maxis, like Loomis. Eventually, they will have to pass regulations, but they will prolong it as long as possible. Oh, gosh, that would not be good for us. Heat map, mixed board. XRP 277, BNB 853, Sol 200. ADA clinging on to 81 cents. H-bar discount zone right now at 21 cents. Let's get right into it. Venture capital may favor revenue generating crypto. Okay, so now it's not just about, we've got a really cool product that you might be into. No, it's about making money. So firms are investing in crypto protocols that make money. So if you move money cheaply, does that make you money? No. But what about launch pads? Oh, that makes money. Venture capital firms are now investing in established projects with clear and predictable revenue generation over early stage tech. So they don't want the risky shit. They want things that bring in the Benjamins. VC firms have become much more selective with the crypto projects they invest in, representing a shift from the previous cycle due to market maturation, according to Ava. Now, her observations reflect a broader move towards projects delivering measurable revenue and institutional readiness. It's harder because we've already reached a different stage in crypto, similar to every cycle where we've seen in other technologies in the past. So no, we're not in the beginning anymore. We've matured as a market. We're not early into crypto anymore. We're now about the rev, baby. It's more about predictable revenue models, institutional dependency, and irreversible adoption. So what we see right now is that crypto is not driven by any meme coin frenzies or other trends. It's about institutional adoption. So now the launch pads, right? Not the meme coins themselves, but the meme coin launch pads make tons of money. That's why a lot of those garnered a whole bunch of investments. And these companies right now, these venture capital companies are like, look, we don't want you to move lots of money for cheap. We want you to move lots of money for lots of money because we want to make profits. So if you can move $10 billion for a fraction of a penny, you don't make money on that shit and we're not going to invest in you. Following the venture capital trends. BTC versus, gold breakout. What? Bitcoin drops. There's 5 points you need to know. I got them highlighted for you. BTC drops to 107,000. Not good. Labor Day holiday keeps traders guessing over how the markets will react to fresh U.S. tariff chaos. Yes, tariffs are still here, so you better keep drinking. Gold is back in breakout mode. So is silver. Bitcoin institutional interest is starting to reflect price weakness. Yeah, we're also seeing the bigs rotate to ETH. That's something else we got to pay attention to. September is traditionally bad news for Bitcoin bulls. Well, what about regs and what about rate cuts? If we don't get both, this September won't be any different. Gold really appears to weigh in on BTC short term. Oh, yeah. Gold cleared multi-month resistance and tested higher price bands. Macroeconomic uncertainty amplified safe haven flows. So what happened is this. Tariffs and some macro data out there are pushing traders into what? Gold and silver, which means the risky assets as crypto are what? Being pushed on down. Follow the gold charts, everyone. I'm telling you. gold, silver is a good way to hedge against crypto volatility. U.S. Congress is urged to protect developers in the market structure bill. Yeah, this might slow us down with crypto regs, and you could thank DeFi for this one. 112 digital asset sector DeFi builders, investors, and advocates have called on the United States Congress to provide robust nationwide protections for software devs and non-custodial service providers. In an August 27th letter to the Senate Banking and Agricultural Committee, they said this: for the United States to become the crypto capital of the world. God, I'm so tired of hearing that stupid ass thing. What does that mean? What does it mean to be the crypto capital of the world? I don't give a fuck if the United States is the crypto capital of the world. I care about making money. So, I want green up on the screen, not crypto capital of the world. They must create market structure legislation that treats blockchain technology as neutral infrastructure and include comprehensive protections. Either way, what you're seeing now is the DeFi group get involved with politics and money for those politicians and saying, yo, before you write the new regs, you need to consider DeFi and you need to consider these considerations here. The letter was signed by several prominent names in the digital asset space, including Kraken, Polygon, Uniswap Labs, and the DeFi Education Fund. Basically, what they want is they want protection to make sure that no individual or entity is subject to regulation solely developing for publishing or maintaining blockchain networks. This could be a reason for a delay in regs. That's not what we want for the September 1st regulation update. Now, Metaplan had increased their BTC stash to 20,000. Awesome. Why am I bringing this up? Because a lot of players have bought BTC above 110,000. A lot of players bought 100 above 115,000. And guess what? They're in the red with BTC sitting at 109,000. XRP risks further decline as open interest declines. And with the safe haven assets like gold and silver, remember, the gold and silver markets are freaking huge. So when gold and silver start roaring, silver over $40, it's going to pull a lot of money out of risk assets. XRP's dip can be attributed to several factors, including risk-off sentiment in the broader cryptocurrency market. Risk-off sentiment in crypto assets comes as traders look forward to the Federal Reserve's September interest rate decision. And remember, CPI data happens before that. So we're going to have a live stream for CPI data. We're also going to have a live stream for the FOMC meeting. Declining on-chain activity is also affecting XRP's price. That's not good. I don't think on-chain activity, though, affects XRP's price. I think on-chain activity is just that. It's its own thing. According to CryptoQuant, the number of active addresses has declined over the past few weeks from approximately 50,000 in mid-July to around 24,000. I mean, it certainly doesn't help. Furthermore, CoinGlass has revealed a pullback in XRP futures open interest from 10 billion to now 8 billion. That I can say yes to. The decline in XRP's open interest means there's a lack of conviction in the coin's ability to recover or sustain an uptrend, thus increasing the possibility of a downtrend. So we've got more short-term down pressure, and a lot of traders are looking at September and saying, yo, the first part of September is going to suck, but hopefully the back half is better. Overall in the crypto market, what are we looking at? Altcoin season, 46 out of 100. Volume jumping back up to 148 billion. Still not the 200 billion that we've seen the last several Mondays, but still juicy. Labor Day volume? Yeah, I mean, I'll take it. I'm happy with this. The problem is, though, it's the exchanges making money. Why? Because all of our favorites are red up on the screen. Now, XRP specifically, let's get into it. Volume up 111% to 6.55 billion. So everyone woke up on Monday and decided to trade their XRP. This is the last 7 days where you see we are down 6%. Zoom out to the 1 month, we're down essentially the same 6%. So what's going on with XRP? Look, players are going to be buying, selling, and moving. Why? Because they're going to be placing bets on Jerome Powell cutting, pausing, and they're going to be placing bets on if we get regs or not this month, or if we wait until October. Well, it looks like we might be waiting. Why? Because now they might have to add some more protection into the market structure bill to protect DeFi builders, investors, and advocates. Why? Because people with a shit ton of money now are calling on those people that write the bills to protect them. So, what's new right now in crypto? Delay, 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 and pumps and dumps. Welcome to your Labor Day Monday Crypto News Roundup. So the DeFi bros and gals out there are like, yo, we want some protection, so add that to the bill. And the people in the bill are like, well, you got to kind of donate to us. And they're like, okay, we've got plenty of zeros. So yeah, that's the deal with that. Gold and silver are roaring, which means what? Risky things like crypto are not roaring. Right now, the red up on the screen that you're seeing is all about what? The market anticipating no rate cuts and no regs for this month. Yeah, the market's pricing it in right now, which means what? If we do get regs and we do get rate cuts, we'll flip in green. That's awesome. Problem is the market is not looking too optimistic on that action, which really, really sucks. I was really hoping for a juicy September, but the more and more we hear about the rumblings from Congress, the more and more we hear from Jerome Powell and the Fed, the more and more it looks like we're going to get pee in our Cheerios. Now, that being said, CPI data will be big. If CPI data is low, like a really, really low number, like 2.0, 2.1, 1.9, something like that, Jerome's got to cut. He has to cut. That's the biggest report out there that the Fed looks at. Now, if it's a high number, 2.4, 2.5, nope, he's pausing. And that's it. So we will be live streaming CPI data that happens a week before the FOMC meeting. We will be streaming the FOMC meeting, and we will be streaming the congressional events in regards to crypto regs. Because remember, they're going to be modifying the Clarity Act, which means what? Once it gets done with the Senate, it's now got to go back to the House because it's a modified bill. So, oh shit, for them to get it done in September, that's going to be tough. But hey, let's see what happens. Let's be optimistic. And I got to be honest with you. I'm a big precious metals guy myself. I tell people all the time that I use metals to hedge against my crypto bets, and I do. So for me, one hand sucks, one hand is great. That's why I'm happy I got precious metals to at least balance out the suckage from crypto. That's why diversification is the key, and that's why it's smart that players should not just 8-bit in one thing. You should spread it around. A little bit of a basket, baby. So choo-choo what? Choo-choo Labor Day and choo-choo biznachos. Happy Labor Day, everyone. Go White Sox. No playoff chances.